message to Canadians who wonder if this really is a negotiation or if we're being strong-armed into a specific bargaining point that the Americans would like to see?
So let me be clear yet again, because it's important, and the importance of reiterating this is underscored by your question. Canada will only sign a deal which is a good deal for Canada. We are very, very clear about that. The Prime Minister has said that on a number of occasions, including this week, that we want a good deal, not just any deal. And a good deal is one which is good for Canada and good for Canadians. A good deal is one which reflects the Canadian national interest and in which Canadian values are defended. We are absolutely clear about that. I also want to say, as I said in my opening remarks, I have now been working with Ambassador Lighthizer and his team for more than a year. We have had some very intense periods of working together. And Ambassador Lighthizer and his team are very experienced professionals, and they absolutely do bring good faith and goodwill to the negotiating table. I think this week we have, really over the course of the entire year, we now understand each other's positions very well and very clearly, and we're working hard to find those win-win compromises that we're going to need. I'll take the next question.
Good afternoon, Minister. Ariel Moutazos from Televisa, Mexico. You said that
Buenos días.
Buenos días, Ministra. Gracias por estar aquí. You said that you were encouraged by the progress that Mexico made in these 6 weeks, and that would help your negotiation. Could you please elaborate a little bit? What was present now that you that you arrived into this negotiation that was not present before, that made you think that now was a negotiation or an agreement was possible and not before? Thank you.
That's a really good question, and you know, as I have said, one probably, you know, for people who've been following this negotiation over the whole year, I think you will remember the many, many days we spent focusing on rules of origin in the car sector. This is a fiendishly complex issue, and it is the issue which really is at the heart of the NAFTA negotiation, and in the heart of the NAFTA relationship, the integrated North American car sector. We have spent, for more than a year, all three countries have focused a lot of attention on the rules of origin. And I want to take an opportunity to thank the Canadian negotiating team, which put forward some important ideas on rules of origin, particularly around the time of the Montreal round. But rules of origin are really, really complicated. And in order to achieve the landing zone which we found, some big changes were required to be made by Mexico in particular. And I think the important progress that was the most important progress, a lot was done over the summer, but the most important progress over the summer was in the rules of origin in the car sector, achieving a deal which required a lot of flexibility from Mexico in particular, and thank you for that, that has now put us in a place where we can move on to concluding, we can move on to the other issues. And the rules of origin agreement that was achieved, I think, has particular value for my government because our priority has always been middle-class Canadians and people working hard to join the middle class. And we understand the pressures on working Canadians in the 21st century economy. And we understand that working Canadians have sometimes felt that trade agreements have hurt them and hurt their interests. What is really significant about the rules of origin agreement is it will be good for Canadian workers and for American workers, and that is an essential part of this NAFTA modernization.